Yeah, exactly.
All right. What's our next topic?
Um,
Talk about the
Let me
divorce.
see. Oh, yeah.
It's a hot topic. Everybody loves that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Someone told me that.
And evictions.
Someone told me if we just talked about divorces, our channel would blow up.
Yeah. Well, we both have experience, dealing with divorce listings. You more recently than
Hold on.
me.
Wait. I don't want
Oh.
to start it off like that.
Oh, go ahead.
Because they're different. They're different episodes, Jill.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's a different episode.
Okay.
Welcome back to the dark side of real estate. We're your hosts. I'm Paige.
I'm Jill.
Today's topic, which everybody loves, divorces. And I will say it takes a different kind of person to handle these particular situations. I've talked to many divorce family law attorneys, and they are like, I don't know how you do it, but you've got some thick skin. Some of the things that we got to deal with. She goes, I don't know, but thank you.
I know, which is great. I mean, but it takes a certain personality to be able to deal with both the husband and the wife, or husband and husband, whatever, on both sides, and be able to be like a mediator almost, because you need them to cooperate.
Yeah.
So
We all have one goal.
Yeah.
To
Exactly.
close the house. You guys move on with your life. The house is usually the last piece of the puzzle. And I mean, I've had people give pushback and, oh, I don't want to use you because you were recommended by the other, attorney or something. And I go, I have no issues with your guys' issues. My goal is to sell the home for as much as possible with what I'm working with here. And like, I don't care about your squabbles. It's not my problem.
That's between you guys.
Yeah, you guys
That
wanted
has
to go through a
nothing
divorce
to
for
do.
12 years. That's on you. You want to spend attorney money for 12 years. That's on you. But we have the same goal, and we act professional. And one of the things that we always tell our new divorce listing clients is that I know you didn't pick me, but I hope by all this you're glad that I was your listing agent, or we were your listing agents. That you would have called us anyway if you found us on the street or something like that, But one of our favorite ones that's been going on for, a year and a half now. I was 8 months pregnant with Logan when we first saw the house and met with the sellers. That one is so funky because court order says that the ex was supposed to cooperate with the sale of the house. She's not on title. They were married for like maybe a couple years, which still California, when it comes to divorces, you still 50-50. Anywho, so she, she didn't technically need to sign for anything, but we were saying, okay, make you feel involved. We'll get you to sign. Refused to sign anything, refused all these things. Fast forward a year and a half, she had to be evicted because she was not following any of the court orders, was not following the law. And she was like just not being cooperative.
No.
And
No,
lying.
not at
She
all.
tried to get her own realtor. And which this is super illegal, by the way. You can't have somebody sign a listing agreement or purchase agreements for somebody who's not on title.
Yes.
So this broker committed fraud.
Yes.
And signed a listing agreement and a purchase agreement without our client who's on title's knowledge or signatures. And she's been going through this whole thing, like trying to say everything's a lie and getting him involved. And as a broker, he should have known to do not get involved.
All you have to do is check title.
It's not that hard.
It is the easiest thing in the world to do. Check and see who the legal owner is. And that is the only one that is able to sign.
Yeah.
Any
you can't
of the
have her
documents.
sign stuff.
I know.
Like we have a listing right now where the ex is in the house, but she's not on title. I don't have her sign anything. She's technically a quote tenant, but she's being cooperative. It's great.
Yeah.
But so then this one, we went to, they had a hearing because she was trying to come back and say that she deserved money, even though she just got evicted from the house. And we just went as witnesses to the courthouse to say, okay, just in case they need us, like we've got all of our documentation. And luckily, the judge said, absolutely not. I'm not granting any of your wishes because this doesn't make sense. You're not on title. You just got evicted.
So we didn't even have to appear as witnesses.
No.
But
So
we
that
got
was
to
a fun
sit
4
in the,
hours.
Yeah, we got to sit in the courthouse where it was freezing.
By the way, if you ever have to
cold.
go to the family law courtroom over in Menifee, bring a book, maybe a pillow to sit on.
Definitely a jacket.
Definitely a jacket.
Even if it's 110 outside,
sure
bring
it
a
was
jacket.
65 degrees in there.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
I was shivering by the time we left.
Yeah. No, but the point is like it's wild to see, and I know we've talked about this before on other episodes about how people just get so stubborn and they will die on that hill to try and prove that they are right, no matter how much money it costs, no matter what they lose.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see it because it's not just a man, it's not just a woman. And we see it on both sides.
Yeah.
We've seen it where it's like
the whole family suffers.
The whole family suffers, especially when then there's kids involved. And
well, for instance, one of the divorce attorneys told us yesterday that he ran into someone from 12 years ago. And he said to the attorney, I sure wish I would have listened to you. And he didn't. He drug it on, fought, and it's just been a nightmare.
Yeah. And that's
12 years.
They're obviously really good family law attorneys, and there's ones who will drag it out as long as possible just so they get paid. But one of the ones that we work with, he is very efficient and he likes to get things done quickly and just boom, boom, out of there. Because who wants to deal with this? I mean, it's not fun.
No.
By any means.
No, not at all. Not for anybody.
I mean, and who wants to continuously pay $600 an hour for attorney's fees?
I know, it's crazy. That's what I was just telling someone today, that back when I used to work in law, which I quit doing in 2005, and one of the partners that I worked with was charging $850 an hour back then.
He's probably like $1,200 now.
Or more, probably.
Wowzer.
I know.
That's wild.
I know.
And they say real estate agents get paid too much.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. But yeah, it's just, I mean, and then so if anyone is, listening to these podcasts or watching them, if you're going through a tough time, please know that there are people out there to help. They're not going to drag it out, and there are other options. You don't need to die on the hill just to prove you're right. Just move on. Just move on. Just move on.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is. It's
one of
okay.
the ones that we've got listed, we just put into escrow. I mean, even that one, she's been great, to work with, very cooperative, have had no issues. Husband's kind of not really involved. I mean, they just have him sign stuff. But, I mean, that one will be closed in quickly. Boom, boom,
I know,
so,
which is great. I mean, you did a great job.
So, yeah, that's why we end up getting all the referrals, because then the other attorneys, they see, okay, that they're really efficient. They know what they're doing. They're going to get the house sold, because usually, like we said, house is the last piece of the puzzle. Everybody gets paid out. Most of the time, they've got so much equity that's how the attorneys get paid too.
Yeah.
Is from the house sale.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you're going through a divorce. Tell me you just have like a couple $100,000 just sitting around somewhere.
Not usually. Yeah, not usually, especially during a divorce,
So, yeah, most of the time it's all like waiting for the house to sell. Because most of the time when I talk to the attorneys, they say, hey, it's pretty much closed out, but just let us know when it closes, because then they disperse, especially if it goes into like an attorney's trust or things like that. There's going to be directions.
Yes.
For proceeds.
Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah. I can see why they would want to get paid through escrow, with the close of a house, because otherwise a lot of times they won't get paid.
I found out yesterday that one of the transactions, like one of the first ones, maybe a year ago or whatever it was, I was referred to by on the wife's side, and luckily I now have a good relationship with the ex-husband's attorney at the time, And she told me that she did not get paid. And I was thinking back and I go, well, there actually wasn't that many proceeds that came from that because there was it was almost in foreclosure and back taxes due, like all these different things, I think. And then splitting it 50-50, it dwindled down to like zero.
So once you pay attorney's fees, and then if you drag it out, the attorney's fees just keep on increasing more and more and more. And then by the time you close, you think you're going to get a good chunk of change, and most of it has to get paid out.
Yeah. So if there's no proceeds and the people have no money and they have an attorney that they owe quite a bit, I don't understand how that works. I mean, we've been there where you've worked on a deal for a year and you get paid, but did you though?
I know. I know. Like on that one deal where I think I averaged about $1 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Learning curve.
I know. Exactly.
But I mean, I like doing the divorce listing. You like doing the probates, you know, probate and trust listings. But I like doing the divorce ones because I feel like it's a new chapter, you know?
You're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're really good at it.
Thanks.
So.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks. Anyone going through divorce, call me. No, but I like that they're moving on to the next chapter, you know, that this is the final piece of the puzzle. I mean, there was a lady that came out of the courtroom yesterday. I don't know her, obviously, but she was like, I'm finally divorced. I'm finally rid of that guy. Whatever.
And she seemed really happy.
Very happy. But that's how I feel when it does close with these. Yeah. And then people are like,
yeah, big sigh of relief. Yeah.
Yep. Because then they don't have to deal with the other party anymore.
Yeah.
So
unless they have kids, and then they still have to.
Well, there's that. I don't think. No, I think I've only done a couple where there's kids involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if people can just put their differences aside, especially if they have kids, and just learn how to work with each other. They may not like each other. They don't love each other anymore, but they can figure out how to do it. I mean, like, for instance, you know, we have our aunt and uncle that live in Arizona. They did family things together after they got divorced. The husband got remarried, the wife got remarried, and they would have family gatherings. They would have events together, and it was no big deal. They got along.
But those are the divorces that don't get court ordered, Jill.
Yeah, I know.
These ones.
That's true.
They hate each other so much that they cannot even agree on a realtor. They have to get the attorneys involved and put it on a court order document that we have to sell their house.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. It's not Cheryl and Roger.
Exactly.
And Uncle Hassan all got together and now they're having a party over in the mountains of
These
Tucson.
are the people that can't agree on anything.
Yeah. And a lot of times the other side, maybe the other person maybe has like a mental illness that's undiagnosed or and that's the whole reason. Maybe they didn't know and that's why they're getting, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we probably talked about this once before, but one of the listings that we had in Paris where it literally looked like aliens abducted them. Because when I walked in there, they hadn't been living there for 10 months. And things were still there. It's like beds,
food,
toys, clothes, food. I mean, wild.
I know. I can't imagine.
And of course, that was in foreclosure. You know, that was going to foreclosure.
Yeah.
I think 3 out of 5 have been in foreclosure so far.
Yeah, you have to sell them quick before.
Which luckily, I've sold them all fast without having to do a huge price discount or anything. You know, they've all been fair market value, fast, quick sales. Not like a crazy underprice where people are like, oh, well, of course you were going to get multiple offers because you priced it so low. No, that's not what happened.
No, we're good at pricing.
Yes, I would say. Anytime I overprice it because the seller wants to, never works out.
I know,
but
true.
Yeah, some of these stories are crazy, but I don't want to give them all away because we have to have another episode later and talk about divorce. There will be more, but we can't give everything away.
No.
Can't give everything away.
No, we
So
can't.
we'll see you next time on the divorce episodes.
See ya.